Hi, my name is Rachel Cragg, and I'm the Director of A&R for Nettwerk Music Group. So I wanted to tell you just a little bit about my back history and how I got involved in the music industry and tell you a little bit more about A&R, which is what I do. So very quickly, I'm from a small town called Fort Saskatchewan in Alberta, Canada. We did not have a record store in my hometown, and I did not know that you could actually work in the record industry. All I knew about music was that I could see music videos on Much Music, which I loved, and I heard music on the radio, and that's how I discovered music. This was, obviously pre-internet days. So how did I get involved in the music industry? Well, much to my mom's dismay, I moved to Los Angeles when I was 19, and I just started asking questions and working for free for everybody. So my first job was actually a merch girl. I went out and I sold t-shirts on the road for bands. It was awesome. And then I ended up leveraging that to get my first real job, which was in the mailroom for John Silva. And John Silva is arguably one of the best music managers in the world. So I was very lucky at age 20. I was working for the Foo Fighters and the Beastie Boys and Beck and Sonic Youth and Jimmy Eat World and all these amazing bands. And I got to learn a lot from that experience. Then I knew I wanted to be a music manager. So I moved over to Nettwerk Music Group, where I got to work with Sarah McLachlan and Dido and Stereophonics, Martha Wainwright, Megan Smith, and started managing a ton of my own bands. And then slowly but surely, I started transitioning to the label side. And that was because I love music and I kept sending all these bands to the label to get signed and nobody was signing them. So I was getting frustrated. So eventually the CEO was like, Rachel, why don't you just sign these bands? So I said, okay. So now I get to still manage a few artists, but I've slowly and surely over the last 8 years moved over to the A&R department. So what is A&R? So technically it's considered artist and repertoire. In the olden days, the job of an A&R person was to literally go out and find the song, the repertoire, and connect it with the artist, and therefore put them together in the studio to make records to then sell for the label. Nowadays, a lot of artists are the writers. So you're not necessarily finding the repertoire piece, you're just helping them create the art. So a lot of what I do is help understand the vision of the artist and help them make the best records possible. So that is everything from connecting them with different co-writers so that they can, write better music, connecting them with producers so they can make the records sound great, connecting them with mixers so that the mix sounds really high quality, connecting them with mastering engineers to finish off the process, and obviously packaging it all up in a way that sounds great, looks great, is representative of them as a human, of them as a brand, etc., and also is commercially viable. And that is the piece of an A&R person. It's not just about good music, it's about music that's going to connect with a broader audience. So I sit in the middle. I sit in between the business side and the creative side, and I connect the dots and I go ahead and I find those artists that I think can walk, creatively in a really good space, but also commercially in a really good space. I help sign contracts. So I do a lot of negotiation with different contracts, record contracts, etc. I bring the artists in the door and I really help them, throughout their entire career. So a lot of people are interested in what I do. I don't think it's rocket science. I love artists. I love music. I connect the dots and I really sit in the middle between the business side and the creative side. I love what I do. I think it's a really unique job. And I think a lot of people have a great ear for music and would be awesome at being an A&R person. So if you have any questions or any feedback, definitely let me know. I'm all ears and I'm here to support, other people getting involved in this way, but is start a playlist or start, booking your local college venue, start interning at a radio station, anywhere where you can kind of go out and prove yourself and talk about music and curate it and prove that you have a good ear. That's usually a really good place to start for A&R.